Firing people, man, you know it's the toughest job when you're the boss, but when you've got employees holding you back in these times, gotta let them go. The Perspiration Principles column in the current issue of Inc. magazine has this headline: 3 employees you need to fire now. Howard Tullman writes that column. He's the president and CEO of President of Flashpoint Academy in Chicago. You're also the guy who founded, what, more than 24?
One dozen.
One dozen.
Right, 1 dozen.
I'm still
companies.
impressed with that.
Yeah.
So the saying is, hire slow, fire fast, isn't it?
Right. We used to say that we never fired anybody too soon. And it's really true, because by and large, things don't get better. And you need to move quickly, because it's not simply the impact that a bad person may have on one person or a couple of people. It really is messaging in a negative way to all the best people in your company. And the real risk is that you'll lose the smart people.
Yeah. But there's also impact by firing people, because most bosses like to create a collaborative family environment. Here you are throwing a grenade right in the middle of it.
Well, you know, I always say that's the toughest job in the place, which is sales manager, because everybody else gets to do this kumbaya thing. But the sales manager has to be eliminating, 10% of his workforce all the time. It's just part of the job.
All right, let's go through the 3. The first one is no effort, no heart.
Right. I think that, you occasionally just find somebody looking purely for a job, not a career, not to get ahead of themselves, not to make an impact, and you just need to suggest to them that they work elsewhere.
And then
that simple.
There's the person who it's all effort, they look real busy, but they're not getting results.
Well, that's, number 2, and I think that it's, sometimes they look real busy, sometimes they look real bored, but the truth is they've just been passed by, whether it's the technology, whether it's what the business direction is, or whatever it is. They just can't do the job, and you need to find somebody who can.
Then there's the one I would guess is probably the most common, and that's the poor fit.
Yeah, fit is an issue, but the culture of your company is the most precious asset of all. And if you don't preserve it, if you don't protect it, eventually, it's like the values in the company. It sort of crumbles over time. And so you need to be sure that somebody can be successful in the business, that they really get the message of the business. And that's, I like to say that it's a head and shoulders world. If you're in a service business, you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Your people have to know what they're about, what the mission of the business is all the time, and they have to deliver on that.
Does it ever get easier firing people?
It never gets easier. It never gets easier. But you know what? I think that it's fair if you do it fast and if you do it honestly. I think stroking people or sort of letting them exist is really depriving them of the opportunity to find the right thing to be doing. Life's too short.
Howard Tullman, thanks so much.
Happy to be here.